The issue of the pending Third Foundational Military Pact Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement for Geospatial Cooperation (BECA) with the United States, which is expected to give a boost to the country's defense system and counter the Russia-China-Pakistan axis, may come up for discussion during the US-India 2+2 ministerial dialogue later this year. US Under Secretary of State for Political Affairs David Hale and Indian Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringala held virtual talks recently, during which the two sides have discussed bilateral cooperation on a full range of international issues and reaffirmed their commitment to work towards ensuring a free, open, peaceful and prosperous Indo-Pacific. India has already signed the Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement (LEMOA) with the US and Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement (COMCASA). However, it is yet to sign the third Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement for Geospatial Cooperation (BECA). A country needs to sign these three pacts to obtain cutting-edge weapons and communication systems from the US. BECA, according to experts, will allow India to use US expertise on geospatial intelligence and enhance military accuracy of automated hardware systems and weapons like cruise, ballistic missiles and drones. To get in detail with this particular information and various other most important inputs, let us begin with today's defense updates of 24th of August 2020. It has been many days that we have discussed few of the most important defense updates. So today we will cover in a very detailed way about some of the most important updates. As I always begin by introducing towards the SSB crack exams that we are one-stop solution for you if you are preparing for various defense examinations like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, INET, Territory Lami. I highly recommend you to download our Android app from Google Play Store so that you can have each and every defense related information, examination related study material and all sort of informative content in your hand, beginning with the question of the day that I have posted on 20th of August 2020. And the question that I asked on that day was, which squadron of Indian Air Force was raised on 10th of August 1958? I repeat the question, which squadron of Indian Air Force was raised on 10th August 1958? And most of you have given a correct answer. It is number 35 squadron. So now we will understand in detail about the number 35 squadron. 35 squadron has its nickname as Rapiers since it also has as a rapier as its symbol. So the role of this squadron is its electronic warfare and air superiority unit. I repeat, it is an electronic warfare and air superiority unit. The base station is at Air Force Station Bakshi Ka Talab, which is in Lucknow, and the motto of this squadron is Drut Prahar Nayudha, which means armed to strike fast. The battle honors of this squadron include liberation of Goa, Western Air Operations of 1965 and Bangladeshi Liberation War of 1971. Currently, it flies the MiG-21 Bison aircraft and the present commander is Group Captain Joseph Soros. Now, let us understand in detail about the first and foremost important defense update, and that is about the National Sports Awards 2020 for military personnel. President is going to award all of these National Sports Awards on 29th of this particular month. So some of the most important military personnel are also listed in these important National Sports Awards. So these are given every year to recognize and reward the excellence in sports. Arjuna Award is given for consistent outstanding performance for 4 years. Dronacharya Award goes to the coaches for producing medal winners at prestigious international sports events. Dhyan Chand Award is for lifetime contribution to sports development. Also, to get in detail, that the Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar is given to corporate entities both in private and public sector and individuals who have played a visible role in area of sports promotion and development. All of these applications were received for the sports awards this year, and the selection committee was headed by Justice Mukundam Sharma. He was the former judge of Supreme Court of India, and various other members which consist of eminent sports persons and those persons having experience in sports journalism and sports administration, etc. Okay, now let us understand about those important persons. 8 important military personnel have awarded the National Sports Awards, and those 8 personnel include the Colonel Sarfraz Singh and Wing Commander Gajanand Yadava. Both of them have been awarded with the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award. Colonel Sarfraz Singh has been awarded this Adventure Award in the Land Adventure category, and Wing Commander Gajanand Yadava has been awarded the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award in the Air Adventure category. Going through the Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar, it was awarded to both Army Sports Institute of Pune and Air Force Sports Control Board. Army Sports Institute has been awarded this RKP Puraskar by in the category of identification and nurturing of budding and young talent. Going through the Air Force Sports Control Board, it is about the employment of sports persons and sports welfare measures that are being taken up by this control board, and that is why it was also awarded the Rashtriya Khel Puruskar, Protsahan Puruskar. Going through the Arjuna awardees, in boxing category, Subedar Manish Kaushik; in 10 pegging category, Risaldar Savant Ajay Anand; and in rowing category, Naib Subedar Dattu Baban Bhoknal have been awarded the Arjuna Award. Going through the Dhyan Chand Award, it was awarded to Subedar Manjeet Singh in the rowing category. These are the very detailed ones. If in case I have missed any important personnel, I will be very much happy to know in the comment section and also in the discussion box. So going through the next important update is about the talks on the third foundational military pact with the United States will be taking up very soon. So this is regarding what is the third important military pact. It is about the basic exchange and cooperation agreement for geospatial cooperation. I repeat, it is the basic exchange and cooperation agreement for geospatial cooperation, BECA, with US. Okay, now India has signed two important agreements. I will tell you what are those two important agreements. Those two important agreements along with this third agreement will make us a very important strategic partner with the United States. Okay, regarding this particular one, this will be very advantages for us to counter any of the Russia, China, Pakistan axis, and all of these were discussed are going to be discussed in the US-India 2+2 ministerial dialogue, which is going to be held later this year. To get in detail, the United States Under Secretary of State for Political Affairs David Hale and Indian Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla, both of them have held virtual talks recently, during which the two sides have discussed the bilateral cooperation on a full range of international issues and reaffirmed their commitment into work towards ensuring a free, open, peaceful and prosperous Indo-Pacific. Okay, these are very important updates. Now the two important agreements are, the first and foremost agreement is about LEMOA, LEMOA, and the second important agreement is about the COMCASA, COMCASA. This is the second agreement, and the third agreement that we are signing now is what? It is the BECA. Okay, now what is the first agreement? It is about the Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement. Okay, so it is a Logistics Exchange Agreement, and the second agreement is about the Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement. COMCASA means Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement. And what comes the third one? The third one is the Basic Exchange Cooperation Agreement. Okay, now Basic Exchange Cooperation Agreement is for the geospatial cooperation. All of these three will make us very strategic partner of the United States, and it will give us a very higher hand, and all of these three will make us enhance our military accuracy of automated hardware systems, and we can also have weapons like cruise, ballistic missiles and many important drones. Okay, going through the next important update also in detail regarding these ones, as I told you that India has already signed the Logistics Exchange and the Memorandum of Agreement LEMOA with the United States and Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement. Both of these are very important. Along with this one, we are signing the third agreement, which is the Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement for Geospatial Cooperation. Going through the next important update is about the CAG report on defense offset performance in the next parliament session is going to be taken up by the Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji. So Comptroller and Auditor General report number 20 of 2019 was there. It was actually halted, but regarding the next important session, this is going to be tabled in a very important form. This is regarding the defense offset performance, and it was scheduled to be tabled in the parliament during the budget session 2020. The session ended before date due to the COVID-19. Now the report will be placed in the next session. The contents will be known only after that, as said by the Nirmala Sitharaman ji in a series of the tweets by herself. Okay, all the details regarding this particular agreement and all the details regarding this particular report we will be giving up in the coming up defense important update sessions. So going through the next important update is about that Ambala Air Force Station has received a threat letter where the Indian Rafales have been stationed. The letter was received on Friday, after which authorities lodged a complaint with the nearby police station as a precaution, and to ensure safety, security has been beefed up at the Ambala station. Letter appears to be a hoax and handiwork of some mischief mongers, as said by senior police official. Airbase is surrounded by villages including Dhulkot, Baldevnagar, Garnala and Panjokara and National Highway 1A. All of these will make it a very important strategic location, and Ambala Air Force Station is in a complete security and in the safe hands. Going through the next important update is about China desecrates religious sites near Mount Kailash to deploy surface to air missiles. This is the most ridiculous actions that are being done by the Chinese side to suppress the Indian side. The latest satellite images from August 16 indicate that it is a surface-to-air missile site with a possible HQ-9 surface-to-air missile system under tarpaulin covers. Deployment pattern shows 4 platforms for either 4 to 8 SAM transporter erector launchers with 3 radar ramps. There is separate place in this facility for deployment of 3 more radars. To get in detail regarding all of these important deployments and all the important agreements and all the important missile stations that have been set up by the Chinese side, you can even go through the important PDF material that we are providing to you for free through our important Android app. So I request you to download that Android app. Also, we will understand in detail regarding this one that India has controlled these areas and collected taxes from villages here till late 1950s. During the campaign in Tibet, China also grabbed the areas of Mount Kailash, Mansarovar and eastern Ladakh. China has been trying to control the access of Indians to Mount Kailash and Mansarovar since a long time by opening and closing various routes under different reasons. Okay, going through the next important update is about a very important book. The name of the book is The Raw, A History of India's Covert Operations. And regarding this particular book, which is written by a very famous Indian investigative journalist Yatish Yadav, he mentions that China is using scholars, businessmen, journalists for spying in India in his book. Okay, so Indian spies had warned top decision makers about growing Chinese footprints in India and emerging threats at the border, according to a new book which is The Raw, A History of India's Covert Operations. Very interested people can even buy this book. It is available. Those who want to buy, they can even buy this. So China's Belt and Road Initiative and unresolved Indo-China LAC are key areas of concern in the book that highlights a lot of fresh knowledge since the Doklam standoff. Going through the next important update is about the Shanghai Cooperation Organization face-to-face meet agenda, and the 2 important agendas regarding the SCO in the coming up meetings is about the Sino-India ties and the future of the Afghanistan. Both foreign ministers and national security advisors of the SCO state plan to meet in September in Moscow. So this particular Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting will be headed by Russia, and this could enable Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar and National Security Advisor A.K. Ajit Doval to travel for the first time since the COVID-19 outbreak. If they visit Moscow, it could facilitate meetings with their counterparts on the sidelines. To get in detail regarding this one, that the Shanghai Cooperation Organization agenda for 2020 will be dominated by the future of Afghanistan, following the US Taliban deal, Eurasian connectivity links, counter-terrorism activities initiatives, a multilateral world order, and 75 years of the United Nations and its reforms, and the joint fight against COVID-19. So we might not expect a lot that is going to be discussed regarding the China-India border ties. And SCO is only multilateral body with a counter-terror unit which is known as the Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, or RATS, which is based in the Tashkent. Okay. Now going through the next important update is about Bengal's Hashimara Air Force Base is ready to house the Rafale jets. So by the end of 2020, Hashimara Air Force Station in West Bengal's Alipurdar district is expected to be ready to house all these Rafale fighter jets, which are expected to arrive here by the end of mid-2021. Hashimara earlier had MiG-27 squadron, which is now being replaced by Rafales. It has no squadron as of now, but the hangars are so built that it can accommodate both Rafales and Sukhoi 30 MKI aircrafts. Going through the next important update is about Pakistan is going to use drones to bomb security establishments near the Jammu border. This is the 4th time I'm covering this particular news. They are getting a very detailed inputs regarding the important drones that are being taken up by the Pakistan to blow the Indian borders. Pakistan will use all of these drones to bomb security establishments near international border in Jammu and Kashmir's Arispura and Samba sectors. Okay, this is being taken up, and all of this information has been given by the intelligence wing of the BSF. And security establishments including Indian Army have been informed about the plans of Pakistan's ISI to carry out attacks in the Indian territory. Going through the next important update is about BSF to undergo tech upgradation to get 436 drones and new anti-drone systems, and all of these are taken up by going through with Rakesh Asthana taking over as full-time Director General of Border Security Force. Technological upgradation of the force has started. Approval for 436 small and micro drones has been begun for border surveillance, and anti-drone system is being currently tested in India-Pakistan border to shoot down any drone carrying weapon load for terrorists in Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. also to get in detail regarding this one, that a comprehensive integrated border management plan, also known as the CIBM plan. Under this particular plan, all 1,923 border outposts are manned by the BSF on Pakistan and Bangladesh border, will be equipped with the sensors, CCTV, drone feeds from sector headquarters with as many as 1,500 posts, as rest are in remote locations, are being able to fly all of these drones to reconnaissance the border. Going through the next important update is about Army issues tender for 7.62 mm ammunition from the private sector. This is for the first time that Army's Master General of Ordnance has issued a request for information for procurement of 5 different types of 7.62 mm caliber ammunition to meet the annual requirement for the next 10 years. So this is for the first time we are approaching a private sector to make up all these important ammunitions. All of these were previously prepared by the Army's ordnance units. So all of these 5 different types of notified include ammunition for Dragunov sniper rifle, Galil sniper rifle also. RFI also specified the initial requirement of various types, some of them running into 1 to 2 million important rounds. Now we will have a very quick review by going through some of the most important questions, and the first and foremost question is, which Indian Air Force officer was awarded the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award 2019 in Air Adventure category? I repeat the question, which Indian Air Force officer was awarded the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award 2019 in Air Adventure category? And the correct answer for this is Wing Commander Gajanand Yadava. I also recommend you to mention in the comment section regarding who is awarded the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award 2019 in Land Adventure category in Indian Army. Going through the next important question is, the Comptroller and Auditor General report on defense offset performance will be tabled in the forthcoming session of Parliament, will be placed by which important Union Minister? All of these will be placed by the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Going through the next important question is, who took over as full-time Director General of the Border Security Force? It is Rakesh Asthana who took over as full-time Director General of the Border Security Force. Mention also in the comment section who is Rajesh Ranjan, who is AP Maheshwari, who is Kumar Rajesh Chandra. Going through the next important question is, which book recently released provides an inside look at India's external spy agency's mission of hunting adversaries and neutralizing threats to national security? And the correct answer for this is RAW, A History of India's Covert Operations. And the next question is, who wrote RAW, A History of India's Covert Operations? It was written by a very famous Indian investigative journalist who is Yatish Yadav. Now we will have the question of the day, and the question of the day for today is, which ship is the third of the Cora class missile corvettes built by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited for the Indian Navy? I repeat the question, which ship is the third of the Cora class missile corvettes built by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited for the Indian Navy? The answer for this and the explanation for it I will be giving you in the next session. Until then, stay tuned to SSB Crack Exams. Subscribe to this channel, download our Android app from Google Play Store. Always stay safe, stay healthy, eat healthy food, and Jai Hind.